Okay, morning everyone. Welcome to briefing on Tuesday the 10th of May. We're ripping through this month already. It seems to go even quicker when you're sort of planning stuff for June and July already. But back to the here and now. So present weather, cold front, still over us at the moment. Still raining out there a bit, isn't it? Sort of a bit drizzly, not a particularly active cold front. There's a couple of them just going through, you'll see in a minute, fairly weak features. But in theory, looking at all the forecasts, by midday, it'll be through us and away, and we'll start to see an improvement in the weather into a westerly airflow. Not really much of a ridge of high pressure behind it. So it's a bit of a moist westerly airflow, unfortunately. But it certainly will be soarable. TAFs slightly longer than ideal, as you would expect when it just tells you about the frontal clearance. So 10k vis between 7 and 1, 8,000 meters, rain and drizzle. This is Farnborough, broken at 1,200 feet. So that's what we're going to have this morning, I suspect. And they're then talking about 4,000 meters rain and drizzle broken at 900 feet. They're not really talking about what's going to happen after that. And I think it's basically this bit here. 220 knots at the moment. I think it'll go more westerly when the front goes through, then scattered at 2.5. If you look at other places like Gloucester, showing scattered at 3,000 feet, sort of better out to the west to start off with, and then hopefully that'll get here. Upper winds, I think we'll take it as these ones here really this afternoon. The wind is picking up later on. I think by the time we go flying, after the front's cleared, you're looking at 20 knots of flying heights probably for the afternoon, that's for sure. Sat pic shows principally where the cloud is and the clearance. It's not a really strong clearance. You can see it over Wales at the moment and just beginning to sort of edge into the West Country. The brighter white bits here where the bands of rain are, there's two of them really. This one that's just going through, and there's another frontal system here. So I think it's going to be a few hours before this clears us and we get a proper frontal clearance with an improving weather picture. Temperature wise, BBC was showing 21 in London, so I think more about 18 around here would be realistic for today. Dew points, hard to tell at the moment. Currently in Wales, they're about 7s to 8s, so reasonable temperature dew point split this afternoon, hopefully. And then you plug those numbers into the soundings. I haven't done the actual sounding because there'd be a little point in that, as it's 5 o'clock sounding from Larkhill would be right in the middle of the front, so it would show us very little. But the predicted soundings, that's 1 o'clock, shows the clearance. But if I just go back a little bit, that's 9 o'clock. You can see the lines together, pretty horrible. By 1 o'clock, showing the clearance, probably cloud-based going up already, but quite a lot of cloud in here and an inversion, which indicates initially bits of spread out to start off with. And by 3 o'clock looks quite nice. I would have thought with dew points around 7, you could get cloud-based about 4,000 feet above sea level. Most of the predicted ascent showing some inversion at 4,500 to 5,000 feet, so chance of spread out, but it's a smallish chance, I think, in certain areas. And then the sounding further west, this is the sort of Gloucester area. By 12 o'clock it's cleared there, again fairly reasonable, but it's inversion here, so probably by 1 o'clock cloud base out there will be 3,000 feet plus. And by the afternoon, yeah, quite nice. But you can also see fairly fresh winds at flying heights, 25 knots out to the northwest. So yeah, certainly a clearance and some usable weather behind it. We'll certainly get flying here and hopefully people will be able to go cross country. I think Top Metier's got it about right by the looks of it. That's 9 o'clock local. Move it on a couple of hours, beginning to clear us by sort of 11 o'clock, hopefully. And then by 12, 1 o'clock, we're clear of the main frontal system. And they're improving all the time, scattered 3 to 4 eighths to start off with. As I say, they're showing spread out here initially and some out towards the Cotswolds area. And that picture sort of stays the same with areas of spread out for the afternoon, which you can understand from that predicted descent. So looks quite nice for this afternoon. And thermal heights, by still 1, 2 o'clock. Around Lasham, they're talking about 1,400 meters, not quite so much out to the northwest, but 1,400 meters out towards Cheltenham area should be about right. And they also even show the sort of sea air incursion coming off the Bristol Channel here, but certainly reasonably soarable in the area north up towards Oxford and out towards the Cotswolds. So I think that's going to be the area to head today. And this should be about 4 o'clock this afternoon. So quite nice. And it's going to be quite a nice evening. A pleasant late day soaring, I would have thought. It'll go on hopefully till 5, 6 o'clock. Suggested distance is out to the northwest. Cotswolds, Oxfordshire area. Only a sort of light pink around us because it'll probably take a little while to get going here before it does out to the northwest. So quite a reasonable day, hopefully. Not going to show you tomorrow any more than that's the suggested distance. There's nothing. It doesn't look good for tomorrow, unfortunately. We're on the edge of the rain band, but there's rain sat across the middle of the country, quite a large part of the day. Okay, airspace wise, not really a lot going on. It's sort of quite quiet around the Lasham area for NOTAMs and all out to the northwest. Only a couple of things there. You see number 19 and 20, which are Salisbury Plain danger areas, which have been lowered, and there's no danger area crossing service, but it's not really relevant to us. So quite a quiet day in terms of NOTAMs. Not quite so in terms of jet movements. Yeah, I'm just gonna let's do another share. That's what turned up yesterday. Any updates?
Most of them are either sort of 2 o'clock onwards, but they're going to try and group them together.
Yeah, so it looks like potentially 5 jet movements all this afternoon. So yeah, it does look like a bit of a busy afternoon, folks. Things could change. Airplanes could go tech. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Work that out when we get going. It'll be looking at the wind. I would guess we'll probably go on 2.7 with the winch offset to near 2 I don't think it's going to be in a direction to force us onto 2.3, but we'll see when we get out there. Make that decision when we decide to go flying. So hopefully see you out there, folks.